Welcome to Wife Cheating Story. I hope you have an enjoyable and relaxing time listening. Let's get started.
I sit there at the kitchen table, the dim light casting long shadows across the room, my fingers tapping against the edge of a cold coffee mug. It's been a long day, meetings, emails, the usual grind of running a logistics company in Charleston. My name's Miles Whitaker, 43 years old, and I've built this life from the ground up after years in the military. Celeste, my wife of 12 years, walks in, her heels clicking softly against the hardwood floor. She's got that gentle smile on her face, the one that used to make me feel like everything was okay, even when it wasn't. She slides a packet of papers across the table toward me, her manicured nails catching the light for a second. "Sign here," she says, her voice smooth as honey. "It's just a school excursion consent form for the kids' trip to Asheville." I glance at her, then down at the papers. Max and Isla, our two kids, have been talking about that trip for weeks. I trust her. Why wouldn't I? We've been distant lately, sure, but we're still a team. At least, that's what I tell myself. I'm tired, my eyes blurry from staring at spreadsheets all day, and I don't even think to flip through the pages. I grab the pen she hands me, scribble my name where she points, and push the packet back toward her. She smiles again, tucks it under her arm, and walks off. I don't give it another thought. Life moves on like it always does. Weeks pass, and I'm in the company parking lot, barking orders into my phone about a delayed shipment, when I hear the low rumble of a moving truck pulling in. My first thought is confusion. Did I miss a memo? I hang up and squint at the truck as it parks right in front of the office building. Guys in coveralls hop out, unloading boxes like they own the place. My stomach twists a little. Something's off. I stride toward the entrance, my boots crunching gravel, and that's when I see her, Celeste, stepping out of her car in a sharp power suit and heels that could stab through concrete. She's got this look on her face, a smirk I don't recognize, and it stops me cold. "What's happening?" I ask, my voice steady but loud enough to carry over the noise of the truck. She adjusts her purse on her shoulder and walks toward me, her eyes locked on mine like she's daring me to blink first. "You signed the company over to me," she says, her tone dripping with something I can't quite place. "Victory, maybe? Now I'm selling it. You have until Friday to leave." The words hit me like a punch to the gut, but I don't flinch. My mind races, replaying that night at the kitchen table. A school form? No way. I signed something else, didn't I? She doesn't wait for me to respond, just turns on her heel and heads inside, leaving me standing there with the sound of the truck engine humming in my ears. My hands clench into fists, but I don't yell. I don't chase her. I've been in worse spots than this. Desert ambushes, supply lines cut off, no backup for days. This is just another battlefield. I pull out my phone and scroll to my calendar. Friday's 3 days away. 3 days to figure out what she's done and how she thinks she's getting away with it. I'm not angry yet, not fully. That'll come later. Right now, I'm focused. She thinks she's won something, but she doesn't know me as well as she thinks she does. I built this company with my own hands, my own sweat, and I'll be damned if I let her take it without a fight. I head to my truck, climb in, and start the engine. Time to regroup. Time to think. Whatever she's playing at, I'm not out of moves yet. The drive home is a blur, streetlights flashing by, my knuckles white on the steering wheel. I keep seeing her smirk in my head, that little twist of her lips like she's already counting the money. How long has she been planning this? We've had our problems. Sure, marriage isn't easy after 12 years and 2 kids, but this is betrayal on a level I didn't see coming. I pull into the garage, kill the engine, and sit there for a minute, staring at the wall. The house is quiet when I walk in. The kids are at a sleepover, and Celeste is probably still at the office, gloating. I drop my keys on the counter and head to my study. That packet, she didn't leave it lying around, did she? I rummage through the trash, the drawers, anywhere she might have ditched it. Nothing. Of course not. She's smarter than that. I sink into my chair, rubbing my temples. I signed it. I know I did. But what exactly did I sign? My mind keeps circling back to that night, her smile, the way she slid the papers over so casually. She played me, and I fell for it like some rookie who doesn't know better. I lean back, staring at the ceiling. The company's my life, freight, travel, logistics, it's what I'm good at. I left the military to build something stable for us, for the kids, and now she's trying to rip it out from under me. I could storm back to the office, demand answers, but that's not how I work. I'm not the guy who yells and breaks things. I'm the guy who plans, who waits, who finds the weak spot and presses until it cracks. Celeste thinks she's got me cornered, but she's forgotten where I came from. I've survived worse than her. I grab my phone again and pull up a number I haven't called in a while, Julian Cross, my old military buddy. He's a cybersecurity guy now, the kind of person who can dig up dirt nobody else can find. It rings twice before he picks up. Miles, he says, his voice rough like always. What's up? I take a deep breath. I need your help, I say. Celeste just pulled something big, and I'm not letting it stand. There's a pause, then he chuckles. About time you called. What's the mission? I smile for the first time all day. She may have the upper hand now, but not for long. Friday's coming, and I'll be ready. I'm sitting in my truck outside the house, the engine off, the night pressing in around me like a heavy blanket. My name's Miles Whitaker, and I'm still reeling from what Celeste pulled today. She hit me with that line. You signed the company over to me, and now there's a moving truck at the office, like she's already erasing me from the picture. I don't yell, though. I don't storm back in there and make a scene. That's not me. I've been through too much. Years in the military, running ops in places where losing your cool meant losing your life. This is just another problem to solve, and I'm not about to let her see me sweat. She's up there celebrating with Bo Loring, some slick private equity guy she's been cozying up to lately. I saw him step out of her car with her, all smug and polished, like he's already counting my money. I don't know what's going on between them, but I know it's not good for me. My hands tighten on the steering wheel for a second, then I let go. No point in breaking something I'll need later. I need to think, and I need help. That's why I called Julian. I step inside the house, the quiet hitting me hard after the chaos of the day. The kids are still at their sleepover, and Celeste isn't here, probably sipping champagne with Bo somewhere, laughing about how easy it was to trick me. I head to the kitchen, grab a beer from the fridge, and crack it open. The cold fizz calms me a little as I take a sip, leaning against the counter. Julian's on his way. He didn't even hesitate when I called, just asked what the mission was, like we're back in the desert planning a supply run under fire. He's my best friend, my brother from those old days, and now he's a cybersecurity consultant who can dig into anything. If there's a trail to follow, he'll find it. I set the beer down and pace a little, my boots thudding softly on the floor. Celeste thinks she's won. She thinks I'm just going to roll over and let her sell the company, my company, out from under me. She's wrong. I didn't sign away everything. I can feel it in my gut. There's something she's missing, something I can use. The doorbell rings, and I open it to see Julian standing there, his broad frame filling the doorway. He's got a scruffy beard now, a far cry from the clean-shaven soldier I knew. But his eyes are still sharp, still ready for anything. You look like hell, he says, stepping inside without waiting for an invite. I smirk a little. Feel like it too. He drops his bag on the floor, a laptop, and some gear spilling out, and heads straight for the living room. Tell me everything, he says, sitting on the couch like he owns the place. I grab my beer and join him, sinking into the armchair across from him. Celeste handed me some papers a few weeks ago. I start, keeping my voice steady. Said it was a school form for the kids' trip. I signed it. Didn't read it. Today, she says I gave her the company, and she's selling it to Bo Loring's firm. Moving truck's already there. She gave me until Friday to get out. Julian raises an eyebrow, leaning forward. Bo Loring? That sleaze with the bad suits. I nod. Yeah, her new best friend, apparently. He doesn't say anything for a minute, just rubs his chin like he's piecing it together. Then he looks at me, dead serious. You're going dark? He asks. I shake my head. No, I'm going tactical. Going dark would mean disappearing, cutting ties, starting over. That's not my style, not with Max and Isla in the picture, not with everything I've built. Tactical means I fight smart. I find the leverage. I turn this around. Julian grins, a little spark in his eyes. Good. I was hoping you'd say that. What do you need? I take another sip of my beer, letting the plan form in my head. Eyes on everything, I say. Her, Bo, the board. I need to know what she's signed, what she's planning, and who's in on it. Start with her, where she's been, who she's talked to. Then Bo's financials. And the board, see if she's turned any of them. Julian nods, already pulling his laptop out of his bag. On it. Give me a few hours, and I'll have something. I watch him start typing, his fingers flying over the keys like he's back in a command tent hacking enemy comms. It feels good to have him here, like I'm not alone in this mess. Celeste thinks she's got the upper hand because I trusted her, because I didn't read those damn papers. But trust cuts both ways, and she's forgotten that I'm not just some guy who sits behind a desk. I've got moves she doesn't know about. Years ago, when we started the company, I made sure I had control, real control, not just a title. I don't remember the details right now, but I know I put something in the operating agreement, some clause to protect myself. She might have my signature on her little form, but I didn't sign away the power. Not all of it. I leaned back in the chair, the beer bottle cool against my palm. Julian's already muttering to himself, pulling up files, digging into whatever digital footprint Celeste and Beau have left behind. The clock on the wall ticks past midnight, but I'm wide awake. My mind's running through every moment of the last few weeks, every time Celeste smiled at me, every time she mentioned Beau in passing. Was it all a setup? How long has she been planning this? I don't know yet, but I will. Julian's here, and he's the best at what he does. By morning, I'll have answers, or at least a direction. I finish my beer and set the empty bottle on the table. Celeste is out there celebrating, thinking she's untouchable. She doesn't realize I'm already moving, already building the counterattack. Friday's her deadline for me to leave, but I'm not going anywhere. This is my company, my life, and I'm taking it back, one step at a time. I glance at Julian, his screen glowing in the darkroom. Find me something good, I say. He doesn't look up, just grunts. Always do. I settle in, ready to wait. The quiet before the storm is over. Now it's time to fight. I'm sitting in my study, the house dead quiet except for the faint hum of Julian's laptop from the living room. My name's Miles Whitaker, and I'm still trying to wrap my head around what Celeste did, tricking me into signing over the company I built with my own hands. It's been a day since she dropped that bomb on me in the parking lot, smirking like she'd already won. I didn't yell or lose it, though. That's not how I operate. I called Julian instead, my old military buddy who's now a cybersecurity wizard, and he's been digging ever since. It's past 2 a.m. now, and I'm nursing a glass of water, beer's gone, and I need a clear head. The kids are still at their sleepover, oblivious to all this, and I'm glad for that. They don't need to see their dad pacing like a caged animal, piecing together how their mom stabbed me in the back. Julian's voice cuts through the silence. Miles, get in here. I set the glass down and head to the living room, my boots heavy on the floor. He's hunched over his laptop, the screen casting a blue glow on his face. Found something, he says, not looking up. I pull a chair over and sit next to him, my eyes locking on the screen. He's got a scanned document pulled up. Looks like the packet Celeste gave me that night in the kitchen. This the one? I ask, my voice low. He nods. Yeah, took some work, but I traced it through her email. She sent a draft to a guy named Lyle Farrow, her new attorney, I'm guessing before printing it. I lean closer, squinting at the text. It's a mess of papers, school forms on top, consent stuff for the kids' Asheville trip, but buried in the middle, there's something else. Julian scrolls down and points. Here, transfer agreement. Your signature's on it, but it's sandwiched between unrelated junk. She made it look like one big pile of nothing. My jaw tightens. I remember signing that night, tired, distracted, trusting her. She played me like a damn fool. I sit back, rubbing my face with both hands. So she forged it? Julian shakes his head. Not exactly. You signed it, but she hid what it was. The notary stamp's legit, though. I'll probably handle that. She's selling the company to Beau Loring's outfit, Loring Capital. Rushed cash deal, set to close next week. I feel a spark of anger flare up, but I shove it down. Anger won't help me now. I need to think. What's the catch? I ask. Julian grins like he's been waiting for that question. She moved fast because of the board restructuring next month. She wanted full control before then. But here's the thing, she doesn't have it. Not really. He pulls up another file, this one older, from when Celeste and I first set up the company. Operating agreement, he says. You wrote this with some lawyer back in the day, right? I nod, vaguely remembering it. I was paranoid back then, fresh out of the military, wanting to protect what was mine. Julian highlights a section. Check this out. All sales, mergers, or transfers of ownership require unanimous founder consent. That's you and her. She's got the title now, thanks to your signature, but you've still got veto power. She can't sell without you saying yes. I stare at the screen, the words sinking in. A slow smile creeps across my face. She missed it, I say, almost laughing. Julian chuckles. Yep, she's got the crown, but you've got the keys. She doesn't even know it yet. I lean back, my mind racing. Celeste thinks she's got me out of the picture, gave me until Friday to leave, like I'm some fired employee. But I'm still in this game. She's got the company on paper, sure, but I've got the power to stop her cold. I just need to use it right. I stand up and pace a little, the floor creaking under me. What else you got on her? I ask. Julian's fingers fly over the keys again. She's been meeting with Beau for months. Dinners, late-night calls, the works. Looks cozy. And Lauren Capital's got a shady past. Insider deals, a couple fraud settlements they buried. Beau's pushing her to move fast, probably to flip the company for a quick profit. I stop pacing, my hands on my hips. And the board? Julian shrugs. Still digging, but no red flags yet. They're in the dark, far as I can tell. She didn't loop them in. She's banking on the sale being done before they catch on. I nod, processing it all. Celeste isn't just betraying me. She's gambling everything on this deal with Beau. She's counting on me being too stunned or too slow to fight back. She's wrong. I sit back down, staring at that clause on the screen. Unanimous founder consent. It's my lifeline, my way back in. I built this company from nothing. Freight routes, travel contracts, late nights plotting growth while Celeste handled the books. We were partners once, a real team. Now she's trying to cut me out, thinking I'd just walk away. I won't. Not because of pride, though I've got plenty of that, but because this is mine. The kids, the house, the company. It's all tied together, and I'm not letting her unravel it for some sleazy payout with Beau. What's next? Julian asks, closing his laptop. I look at him, my mind already shifting gears. We keep this quiet, I say. She doesn't know what I know. Let her think I'm packing up, licking my wounds. Meanwhile, we dig deeper. Her, Beau, Lalfero. I want everything. Julian nods, standing up and stretching. You got it. I'll crash here tonight. Keep working. By morning, I'll have more. I walk him to the guest room, then head back to my study. The house feels emptier than ever, but I'm not alone. Not with Julian here, not with that clause in my pocket. I sit at my desk, staring at the wall. Celeste has the title, sure. She's got my signature on her little trap. But I've got the power, buried in a document she didn't bother to read. She thinks she's ahead, but she's not. I'm not out yet. Friday's her deadline for me to leave, but I'm not going anywhere. I'm just getting started. I lean back in my chair, the faintest hint of a plan forming. She's got layers of deception stacked against me, but I've got layers of my own, and mine are stronger. Time to peel hers back, one by one. I'm in my truck again, the early morning sun just starting to peek over the horizon as I drive toward the office. My name's Miles Whitaker, and I'm still processing what Julian uncovered last night. Celeste tricked me into signing over the company, but she missed the unanimous founder consent clause that gives me the power to stop her sale. She thinks I'm done, that I'll be out by Friday like some kicked dog, but she's got no idea I'm already moving against her. The air's cool, and I've got the window cracked, letting the breeze clear my head. Julian's back at the house, digging deeper into Celeste, Beau Loring, and that lawyer, Lalfero. I trust him to find the dirt, but I'm not sitting around waiting. I've got work to do, quiet work, the kind that doesn't tip my hand. I pull into the company parking lot, and it's business as usual, trucks loading up, guys shouting orders, the hum of forklifts. The moving truck from yesterday is gone, but I know it'll be back. Celeste is serious about this. I grab my coffee from the cup holder and head inside. The office feels different today, like the walls know something's up. I nod to a few employees, good people, most of them, and head to my corner office. My desk is still there, my nameplate still on the door. She hasn't erased me yet, but she will if I don't stop her. I sit down, boot up my computer, and start pulling files, anything I can use to document what she's done. That package she gave me, the one with the hidden transfer agreement, is my first target. I don't have the original, she's too smart to leave it lying around, but I've got Julian's scan, and that's a start. I email it to myself, timestamp it, and save it on a flash drive I keep in my pocket. Evidence matters. If this turns into a war, and it will, I need proof she played me. I lean back, sipping my coffee, and think about her smirk yesterday. She thinks she's untouchable, but she's not. I just need to build the case. My phone buzzes. Julian. I pick up fast. What you got? I ask, keeping my voice low. Beau's a gold mine, he says, sounding almost excited. Guy's got a trail of shady deals, insider trading, a fraud settlement in 19 he paid off quietly. Loring Capital's barely legit. I hacked his financials, offshore accounts, dummy corporations, the works. He's pushing Celeste to sell quick so he can flip it and cash out. I nod, even though he can't see me. Good. Send me everything. He grunts. Already did. Check your inbox. What's your next move? I glance at the flash drive in my hand. Lawyer, I say. Naomi Yates. She owes me one. Julian laughs. The pit bull from Kabul? Oh, Celeste is screwed. I smirk. Yeah, she is. I hang up and scroll through my contacts until I find Naomi's number. She's a contract lawyer, ruthless as they come, and I saved her ass during a wartime op years ago. Time to cash in that favor. Naomi picks up on the second ring. Miles Whitaker, she says, her voice sharp and warm at the same time. What's it been? 5 years? 6, I say. Need your help. I lay it out, Celeste's trick, the transfer, the sale to Beau, the founder consent clause. She listens, quiet, until I'm done. You got a case, she says finally. Fraud, maybe forgery if we can prove intent. That clause is your ace. Let's freeze the sale first, cease and desist, board notification, the works. You in? All in, I say. Can you draft it today? She laughs. For you? By noon. Send me the docs. I email her Julian's scan and the operating agreement, then sit back. Naomi's on board, and that's a big win. She'll tie Celeste up in legal knots while I keep moving. Next step, surveillance. I call up our IT guy, Dave, and tell him to reinstate the security feeds at HQ. Full access, I say. Cameras, call logs, everything. Route it to my personal server. He doesn't ask questions, knows better, and says it'll be done by lunch. I want eyes on Celeste every second she's here. She's probably meeting Beau, planning her victory lap, but I'll know where she goes, who she talks to. I lean forward, pulling up the company's internal system on my computer. I've still got admin rights. Celeste hasn't locked me out yet. Probably thinks I'm too broken to fight back. I start downloading records, financials, board minutes, anything that might show her hand. My fingers move fast, the clock ticking in my head. Friday's her deadline, but I'm not waiting that long. I need to be ready to collapse this deal before she even knows I'm coming. The office buzzes around me, phones ringing, people moving, but I'm in my own world. Julian's email comes through, a fat zip file of Beau's dirty laundry. I skim it. Bank transfers, emails to Celeste, a timeline of their meetings. It's enough to bury him, but I don't pull the trigger yet. Timing's everything. I want Celeste to think she's safe, to keep strutting around in her power suit while I tighten the noose. Naomi texts me, draft's almost ready. I reply with a thumbs up and keep working. The flash drive's filling up. Every file I grab is another brick in the wall I'm building. She manipulated me, sure, but I'm not the pushover she thinks. I've got Julian, Naomi, and that clause. She's got Beau and a fake when she doesn't even understand yet. I stand up, stretching my back, and glance out the window. The parking lot's busy, but no moving trucks today. Good. Gives me time. I think about Max and Isla, safe at their sleepover, unaware their mom's trying to sell their future. That's what this is about. Really, not just the company, but them. I won't let her take everything we've built. My phone buzzes again, Dave. Feeds are live, he says. You're tapped in. I check my server, and there it is, grainy footage of the office, Celeste's desk empty for now. She's probably off with Beau plotting. Fine. Let her plot. I'm not stopping the sale yet, not outright. I'm setting it up to fall apart when she least expects it. I sit back down, the coffee cold now, and keep digging. Friday's coming, but I'm not leaving. I'm staying right here, watching, waiting, ready to bring it all down. She thinks she's got me beat, but this is my setup, and she's walking right into it. I'm standing in my office, staring out the window at the parking lot as the sun dips low, painting the sky orange. My name's Miles Whitaker, and it's Friday, the day Celeste told me to be gone by. She thinks she's won, that I'm packing up and slinking away after she tricked me into signing over the company. She's wrong. I've spent the last few days building my counterattack. Julian's digging up dirt on her, and Beau luring, Naomi's drafting legal moves, and I've got surveillance running on everything Celeste does here. That unanimous founder consent clause is my trump card, the one she missed, and I'm holding it close until the perfect moment. Right now, though, I've got to play the part. I grab a cardboard box from the corner, empty, just for show, and start tossing in a few things, a coffee mug, some pins, a photo of Max and Isla from last summer. It's all noise, all theater. I'm not leaving. Not really. The office is quieting down. Most of the staff are heading out, calling goodbyes as they go. I nod back, keeping my face neutral. See you Monday, I say to a couple of them, and they smile, oblivious to the storm brewing. I carry the box under my arm and walk through the main floor, my boots steady on the carpet. Employees shake my hand as I pass, guys I've worked with for years, people who trust me. "Take care, boss," one of them says, clapping me on the shoulder. I just nod. They don't know what's coming, and I'm not telling them yet. I glance up at the glass-walled office upstairs. Celeste is there, watching me. I can feel her eyes, that smug look she's been wearing since she pulled this stunt. I don't look back. Let her think I'm beaten. Let her gloat. I head outside, the cool evening air hitting me as I step into the parking lot. The moving truck isn't here today, but I know she's got plans to finish clearing me out. I toss the box in my truck bed and drive off, her gaze still burning a hole in my back. I don't go far, just to a diner a few miles away, a place with strong coffee and no questions. I sit in a booth by the window, my phone on the table, and sip a black coffee while I wait. Celeste is probably celebrating right now, popping open a bottle of something expensive with Beau. I picture it, her in that power suit, him in his flashy tie, laughing about how easy it was to push me out. My jaw tightens, but I don't let the anger take over. I've got work to do. My phone buzzes. Naomi. Cease and desist is filed, she says when I pick up. Board's been notified. Sales on hold until they review. You ready for the next step? I take a slow sip of coffee, the bitter taste grounding me. Yeah, I say. Activate it tonight. She doesn't hesitate. Done. Check your server in an hour. I hang up and lean back, staring out at the darkening street. Protocol Echo, my failsafe, is about to kick in. Back when I started the company, I set up contingency plans, military habit, hard to shake. Protocol Echo is one of them. Asset locks, security triggers, automatic alerts to the board if anything sketchy goes down. I never thought I'd use it against Celeste, but here we are. Once Naomi triggers it, every system locks down, bank accounts, contracts, even the office servers. The board gets a heads up about unapproved transfers under investigation, and it buys me time to drop the hammer. I finish my coffee and check the time, 7:30 p.m. She's probably deep into her victory party now, clueless about what's coming. I pull out my laptop and log into the surveillance feed Dave set up. There's no live footage from her office tonight, she's not there, but I see her car still in the lot earlier. Beau's pulling up beside it. They're out somewhere, probably a fancy restaurant, toasting my exit. Fine. Let them drink. It'll taste sour soon enough. I drive home, the house dark and empty when I walk in. Max and Isla are still with friends. Celeste didn't even bother picking them up, too busy with her big win. I drop my keys on the counter and head to my study, firing up my personal server. Julian's latest batch of files is waiting more on Beau's shady deals, plus call logs between him and Celeste going back months. I skim them, my gut twisting. She's been planning this longer than I thought, whispering with him while I was working late, keeping the kids fed, holding us together. I shove the feeling down and focus. The server pings, Naomi's done it. Protocol Echo is live. I watch the screen as the alerts roll out, email notifications to the board, security locks clicking into place. By morning, Celeste will walk into a wall she can't climb. I lean back in my chair, the quiet of the house settling around me. It's done. She wanted me out by Friday, and here I am, still in the game. I think about that box in my truck, useless junk, but it sold the story. She watched me walk out, probably felt powerful doing it. I wonder what she's saying to Beau right now. He's gone, maybe. We're free and clear. I almost laugh. She's got no idea the system's turning against her. The board will wake up to those alerts, confused and pissed. The bank will freeze the accounts. Beau's cash deal will stall out. I'm not stopping her yet, not completely. I'm just setting the stage. I stand up, stretching, and grab a glass of water from the kitchen. My phone's quiet. No calls from her. No texts. She's too busy celebrating. Good. Let her enjoy it. Monday's coming, and it'll hit her like a freight train. I sit back down, staring at the server screen. The locks are holding. Everything's secure. I've got the founder consent clause, Julian's dirt, Naomi's legal muscle, and now this. Celeste thinks Friday was my deadline, but it was hers. She just doesn't know it yet. I lean forward, resting my elbows on the desk. Max and Isla flash through my mind, their smiles, their trust. This isn't just about the company anymore. It's about them, about keeping what's ours. I'm not packing up. I'm not leaving. I'm right here, waiting for her to realize she's not as smart as she thinks. The clock ticks past midnight, and I settle in. Friday's over. She wanted me gone, but I'm still standing, and she's about to fall. I'm up early Monday morning, the house still dark as I brew a pot of coffee in the kitchen. My name's Miles Whitaker, and today's the day Celeste finds out her big win isn't so big after all. She tricked me into signing over the company last week, thinking she'd sell it to Bo Loring and kick me out by Friday. I played along, packed a fake box, walked out, let her gloat. But I've been working behind the scenes. Julian's got dirt on Bo. Naomi's filed a cease and desist, and Friday night, I triggered Protocol Echo, locks on the assets, alerts to the board, everything frozen. She doesn't know yet, but she will soon. I pour the coffee into a mug, the steam curling up as I take a sip. Max and Isla are still asleep upstairs. I picked them up yesterday, kept them close. They don't need to know what's happening, not yet. I glance at the clock, 7:45 a.m. She'll be at the office soon, strutting in like she owns the world. I smile a little. Time to watch it crumble. I head to my study, fire up my laptop, and pull up the surveillance feed. The office cameras are live. Dave did good work setting this up. I see the parking lot first, empty except for a couple early birds. Then, right on cue, Celeste's car rolls in at 8:55 a.m. She steps out, red blazer sharp against the gray morning, heels clicking as she heads inside. She's got that same smug look, like she's untouchable. I lean back in my chair, sipping my coffee, and wait. At 9:02, her phone's in her hand. She's pacing her glass office upstairs, frowning. It buzzes again. Then again. I can't hear her, but I know what's happening. The calls are pouring in. Bo, the bank, the board, all hitting her at once. I switch to her desk camera, zooming in. Her face tightens, her fingers stabbing at the phone screen. She's locked out of the system. I made sure of that with Protocol Echo. By 9:15, she's yelling at someone, probably IT, but it's no use. I set this up too tight. I grab my phone and check the alerts myself, board emails flooding in, bank confirmations that the accounts are frozen, a note from Naomi. SEC's sniffing around Loring Capital. You're clear. I grin. Julian's dirt on Bo paid off, insider deals, fraud settlements, all handed to the feds on a platter. I didn't just freeze the sale, I blew it up. My laptop pings, more footage. Celeste slams her phone down, her blazer flapping as she storms out of her office. She's heading downstairs, probably to scream at someone in person. I finish my coffee and stand up, stretching. Time to make an entrance. I grab my jacket, kiss the kids' foreheads while they sleep, and head out. The drive to the office is quick, my truck humming along as I run through what I'll say. Nothing fancy, just enough to twist the knife. I pull into the lot at 10:10 a.m., parking right next to her car. The place is buzzing, employees whispering, phones ringing off the hook. I step inside, my boots steady on the floor, and head straight for the main floor. She's there, arguing with Dave by the server room, her voice sharp and loud. Fix it now. She snaps, but Dave just shrugs. Poor guy's got no idea how deep this goes. I clear my throat, and she spins around, her eyes locking on me. She goes pale, like she's seen a ghost. Hi, Celeste, I say, calm as can be, hands in my pockets. She stares, her mouth opening then closing again. You called? I had, tilting my head just a little. She doesn't answer, just stands there, her perfect blazer wrinkled now, her confidence gone. I step closer, keeping my voice low so only she hears. Thought I'd drop by. Seems like you're having some trouble. She recovers fast, her chin lifting. What did you do? She hisses, stepping toward me. I don't flinch. Me? Nothing much. Just pointed out a few things, like that form you slipped me, the fake notary, the money you funneled to Bo. Board didn't like it. Neither did the SEC. Her eyes widen, and I see the panic hit her. You can't, she starts, but I cut her off. Can't what? Stop you? Too late. Sale's dead. Bo's under review. You're locked out. I nod toward her office upstairs. Check your email if you don't believe me. She turns, storming back up the stairs, and I follow at my own pace, letting her sweat. By the time I reach her door, she's at her desk, frantically clicking her mouse. Nothing works. I made sure of that. She slams her hands on the keyboard, then looks up at me, her face a mix of rage and fear. You think you've won? She spits, standing up. I lean against the doorframe, casual. I think you lost. That's what happens when you bet on me being stupid. She points a shaky finger at me. This isn't over, Miles. I shrug. Maybe not. But it's over for today. I turn to leave, then pause, glancing back. Oh, and Celeste? Next time you try to screw me, read the fine print. I walk out, her silence following me down the hall. The employees stare as I pass, but I just nod like it's any other day. Back in my truck, I check my phone. Julian's texted. Bo's freaking out. Bank's pulling funds. You good? I replied, yeah. She's done. I start the engine and pull out, the office shrinking in my rear view. Celeste thought she'd collapse me, but I turned it around. The sail's dead, her system's locked, and Bo's running scared. I've got the claws, the evidence, the team, everything I need to finish this. She's still in that office, probably screaming into a dead phone, but it doesn't matter. I'm not gloating, not yet. There's more to do. Max and Isla are waiting at home, and I've got to keep this steady for them. I hit the gas, the road stretching out ahead. She wanted a collapse, and she got one, just not the one she planned. I'm still here, still standing, and she's the one falling. Monday's just the start. I'm sitting in my truck outside the office, the engine off, the morning sun climbing higher in the sky. My name's Miles Whitaker, and it's Tuesday, the day after I flipped Celeste's world upside down. Yesterday, I walked back into the company she thought she'd stolen from me, watched her panic as Protocol Echo locked her out, and the sale to Bo Loring fell apart. She tried to play it cool, but I saw the fear in her eyes when I told her the board and the SEC were onto her. Now I'm here again, ready to push it further. Julian's dirt on Bo and Naomi's legal moves gave me the upper hand, and that unanimous founder consent clause. She missed it, kept me in control. I take a deep breath, grab my coffee from the cup holder, and step out. The parking lot's quieter today, no moving trucks, just the usual hum of work. I head inside, my boots steady on the ground, knowing she's up there scrambling. The office feels tense when I walk in. Employees glance at me, then away, like they're not sure what's happening. I nod to a few, keeping it normal, and head upstairs to my office. Celeste is in hers, door closed, phone pressed to her ear. I can't hear her, but her face is tight, her free hand gesturing wildly. She's trying to spin this, I bet, talk her way out of the mess she made. I sit at my desk, sip my coffee, and pull up the surveillance feed on my laptop. She's pacing now, her red blazer swapped for a gray jacket, like she's dressing for a fight. My phone buzzes, Naomi. Board's meeting at noon, she says when I pick up. They're pissed. One answers. You joining? I lean back. Yeah, I'll be there. She chuckles. Good. She's toast. I hang up and turn to my computer, pulling the recording I grabbed from Julian's hack. Celeste and Bo plotting over drinks last week. It's gold, and I'm using it. I hit play, keeping the volume low. Her voice crackles through my earbuds. He's pathetic. Bo didn't even read the form. By Monday, we'll be rich. Bo laughs, slimy as ever. And he'll be forgotten. I clench my jaw, but I don't let it burn me. She was right about the form. I signed it, blind and stupid, but she was wrong about me. I stop the clip, save it to the flash drive, and stand up. Time to face her. I walk to her office, knock once, and step in without waiting. She's off the phone now, staring at me like I'm a ghost again. Miles, she says, her voice shaky but trying to sound strong. What do you want? I stay calm, hands in my pockets. Thought I'd clear something up. She narrows her eyes. This is a misunderstanding. I didn't mean to push you out. I just needed security for us, for the kids. I almost laugh. Security? That's her play? I pull out my phone, hit play on the recording, and let it fill the room. Her voice echoes pathetic, didn't read the form, forgotten. Her face goes white, her hands gripping the desk. Where did you get that? She whispers. I stop it, pocket the phone. Doesn't matter. You said I was a pathetic man who wouldn't read a form. You were right about the form. You were wrong about me. She opens her mouth, but I keep going. I've got the clause you missed, founder consent. Sale's dead without me. Board knows everything now, your trick, the notary, Bo's dirty money. I step closer, my voice steady. You're done here. She sits down hard, like the air's gone out of her. Miles, please, she starts, but I hold up a hand. Save it. I walk out, leaving her there, and head to the boardroom. It's 11:50, almost time. The members file in, faces grim, and I take my seat at the head of the table. Celeste stumbles in a minute later, pale but trying to look composed. The chairman, Ed Grayson, starts. We've got a problem. Unapproved transfer, fraud allegations, SEC breathing down our necks. Explain. She launches into her story, misunderstanding, just business, no harm meant. I let her talk, then stand when she's done. She's lying, I say, simple and clear. I plug the flash drive into the projector, play the recording. Her voice fills the room again, and the board shifts, murmurs rippling. I pull up the operating agreement next, highlight the clause. She needed my consent. She didn't have it. She forged a transfer, hid it in school papers, and tried to sell us out to Loring Capital, a firm under federal review. I sit back down, letting it sink in. Ed looks at her, hard. Celeste? She stammers. It's not. I didn't. But no one's buying it. They vote fast, unanimous, minus her. She's stripped of authority, pending investigation. She stares at me, eyes blazing, then storms out. I don't follow. My phone buzzes. Julian. Beau's gone. Bolted this morning. No trace. I text back. Let him run. I lean back, the room emptying out. She's exposed, her lies, her betrayal, all laid bare. I think about that night she handed me the form, her gentle smile, and how it was all fake. She thought I'd break, but I didn't. I stood up, fought back, and now she's the one breaking. I head back to my office, the weight lifting a little. Max and Isla are at school, safe from this for now. Celeste is scrambling, but she's got nothing left, no title, no power, no Beau. I sit at my desk, staring at the photo of the kids. This isn't over. She'll fight, claw her way back if she can. But I've got the board, the evidence, the truth. She wanted to bury me, but I dug myself out, and her with me. I sip my cold coffee, the quiet settling in. Exposure's a hell of a thing, and she's feeling it now. I'm not done yet. But today? Today's mine. I'm driving home from the office, the late afternoon sun dipping low over Charleston, casting long shadows across the road. My name's Miles Whitaker, and it's been a hell of a week. Yesterday, I exposed Celeste's lies to the board, played that recording of her calling me pathetic, showed them the founder consent clause she missed, and watched them strip her of all authority. She stormed out, defeated, while I stayed calm and took back what's mine. Today's quieter, but the fallout's just beginning. My truck hums along, the kids' backpacks rattling in the back seat. I picked Max and Isla up from school, told them Mom's busy with work. They don't need the details yet. I glance in the rear view. They're chatting about some game. Oblivious. Good. I'll keep it that way as long as I can. My phone's on the passenger seat, buzzing with updates. Naomi's pushing forward. Julian's tracking Beau's disappearance. Celeste's world is crumbling, and I'm the one holding the hammer. I pull into the driveway, the house looking the same as always, white siding, green shutters, like nothing's changed. But everything has. I help the kids out, grab their bags, and we head inside. Homework first, I say, ruffling Max's hair. He groans but heads to the table, Isla trailing after him. I drop my keys on the counter and check my phone. Naomi sent an email. Legal's rolling, it reads. Fraud and forgery charges drafted. Divorce papers ready. Say the word. I sit at the kitchen island, staring at the screen. Fraud and forgery, that's Celeste now, not my wife, not the woman I build a life with. I type back, follow it all. No hesitation. She crossed a line, and I'm not pulling punches. I hear the kids laughing, pencil scratching, and it steadies me. This is for them too. The doorbell rings, and I frown. Who's here? I open it to find Marshall Reed, Celeste's father, standing there. He's a retired judge, gray hair, stern face, but his eyes are softer today, pleading. Miles, he says, voice low. Can we talk? I step aside, let him in, but I don't offer a seat. He stands in the foyer, hands clasped. She's in trouble, he starts. I know what she did was wrong, stupid, selfish, but she's still the mother of your children. I cross my arms, looking at him steady. Then she should have acted like it, I say. He flinches, but keeps going. Prison, Miles. That's where this is headed. You could show mercy for Max and Isla. I think about it. The kids, her in a cell, them asking why. But then I see her smirk, hear her voice on that recording, feel the sting of her betrayal. She made her choice, I say. She doesn't get a pass because of them. She lost that right. Marshall sighs, nods once, and leaves. I shut the door, the click loud in the quiet house. My phone buzzes again, Julian this time. Beau's yacht seized, he says when I pick up. He's in hiding. Broke as hell. Coast Guard nabbed it off Florida. I smirk. Let him stay that way, I reply, hanging up. Beau's gone, Celeste's alone, and I'm still standing. I head to the study, pull up the company's PR plan. Naomi's idea, spinning this as a leadership transition to keep clients calm. It's working. Emails from partners are steady. No panic yet. I lean back, the chair creaking under me. The kids' voices drift in, arguing over math. Normal stuff. I hold on to that, let it ground me. Celeste's accounts are frozen. Naomi made sure of it, and she's been served the divorce papers today. I picture her opening them, that gray jacket wrinkled, her hands shaking. No more power suits, no more smirks. I stand up, stretch, and walk to the kitchen. The kids are done with homework, begging for pizza. All right, I say, pulling out my phone to order. They cheer, and I smile, first real one in days. We eat on the couch, some cartoon blaring, and for a little while, it's just us. No Celeste, no company drama, just pepperoni and bad jokes. But my mind drifts back. She's out there, probably at her dad's place now, reeling from the charges, the divorce, the loss of everything. I don't feel sorry for her, not after what she did. She wanted to bury me, take the company, the kids' future, all for a quick buck with Bo. She gambled and lost. I finish my slice, wipe my hands, and check my server, surveillance still running, but she hasn't been back to the office. Good. She's got no moves left. Later, after the kids are in bed, I sit in the study, the house silent again. My phone lights up, Naomi. Charges filed. She's looking at 3 to 5 if convicted. Divorce is in motion. You okay? I text back. Yeah. Thanks. I set the phone down, stare at the wall. Fallout's messy, Marshall's plea. The kids' questions coming soon. The company's still wobbling. But I've got it under control. Celeste is out, Bo's finished, and I'm here, holding the pieces together. I think about that night she handed me the form, her gentle smile a lie. She thought I'd fold. She was wrong. I stand up, turn off the light, and head to bed. The kids are safe, the company's mine, and she's paying the price. Fallout's not done, but I'm ready for it. She fell hard, and I'm still standing tall. I'm sitting on the porch, the evening air cool against my skin as I watch the streetlights flicker on. My name's Miles Whitaker, and it's been a few days since the fallout hit Celeste hard, charges filed, divorce papers served, her accounts frozen. She's out of the company, out of power, and Bo's long gone, hiding somewhere with nothing left. The kids, Max and Isla, are inside, playing some board game, their laughter spilling out through the open window. I've kept them shielded from this mess, but it won't last forever. For now, though, they're okay, and that's what matters. My coffee's gone cold on the table beside me, but I don't mind. I'm just taking a minute to breathe. The company's stable, the board's behind me, and Naomi's legal machine is churning. Celeste thought she'd bury me, but I turned it around. Now she's the one facing the endgame. My phone rings, cutting through the quiet. It's her Celeste. I stare at the screen, her name glowing like a warning. I could ignore it, let it go to voicemail, but something tells me to pick up. I hit accept and bring it to my ear. Miles, she says, her voice low, trembling. No power suit swagger now, just raw, broken sound. You destroyed everything. I lean back in the chair, keeping my tone even. No, I say. I just revealed what was already rotten. She's quiet for a second, then I hear a shaky breath, like she's fighting tears. I'm going to prison, aren't I? She whispers. I think about it. Fraud, forgery, conspiracy, all stacked against her. Naomi says 3 to 5 years with a plea. You'll have time to think, I reply, not soft, not hard, just fact. She breaks then, sobs coming through the line, loud and messy. I don't hang up, but I don't comfort her either. She did this to herself. I sit there, listening to her fall apart, the phone warm against my ear. Part of me remembers the old days, her laugh, the way she'd dance with the kids in the kitchen. But that's gone, burned away by her betrayal. She tricked me with that form, tried to sell the company I built. Thought I'd just take it. Why, Miles, she chokes out. Why couldn't you let it go? I grip the armrest, my jaw tight. You didn't give me a choice, I say. You went after everything, me, the kids, the company. You don't get to cry about it now. She's still sobbing when I hang up, the sound cutting off sharp. I set the phone down, staring at the dark yard. No going back. She's indicted, plea deal on the table, and I've got full custody locked down. Naomi made sure of that. Max and Isla are mine, safe from her chaos. I head inside, the kids' game winding down. Dad, you're on my team next time, Isla says, grinning. I ruffle her hair. Deal. They don't ask about their mom, and I don't bring it up. Later, after they're in bed, I check my email, Naomi's update. Please accepted, she writes. 3 to 5, starts next month. You're clear, custody's solid. Divorce is final soon. I lean back in my study chair, the house silent now. 3 to 5 years. No company, no kids, no Bo, just a cell and her mistakes. I think about her call, that trembling voice. She wanted mercy, but I'm fresh out. She gambled on me being weak, and she lost everything. I shut the laptop, the screen going dark, and sit there, letting it sink in. The final blows landed, and it's hers to carry. I stand up, stretch, and walk to the kitchen. The kids' game pieces are still scattered on the table, little plastic tokens, a dice rolled to 6. Normal stuff, steady stuff. I clean it up, my hands moving slow, thinking about what's next. The company's mine again. Fully, board's loyal, clients are calm, PR's holding. Max and Isla will have questions soon. Where's mom? Why's she gone? But I'll handle it when it comes. For now, they're here, sleeping upstairs, and I've got them covered. I grab a glass of water, sip it, and lean against the counter. Celeste is out there, probably at her dad's, packing for a future she didn't see coming. No more smirks, no more power plays, just consequences. I think back to that night she handed me the form, her gentle smile a mask. She thought I'd break, that I'd let her take it all. She didn't know me, not the real me, the one who survived deserts and ambushes, who built this life from scratch. I set the glass down, the clink loud in the quiet. She's indicted, pleas done, and I'm still standing. The kids are safe, the company's secure, and she's got nothing left to throw at me. I head to the porch again, sit back down, and watch the stars poke through the sky. My phone's silent now, no more calls, no more tears. She's facing the end, and I'm moving on. The final blow wasn't mine to take, it was hers, and it's over. I hear a creak, Max at the door, rubbing his eyes. Dad, can't sleep, he mumbles. I wave him over, let him sit beside me. Bad dream? I ask. He shrugs. Just weird. I put an arm around him, pull him close. It's okay, I say. We're good. He nods, leans against me, and we sit there, the night wrapping around us. Celeste is gone, prison's her future now, and I've got this. The kids, the life will keep building. She thought she'd win, but I'm the one still here, holding it together. The final blow's done, and I'm at peace with it. For now, that's enough. I'm standing in my office, the morning light streaming through the big window behind my desk, warming the room. My name's Miles Whitaker, and it's been a few months since everything with Celeste crashed down. She's in prison now, took that plea deal, 3 to 5 years for fraud and forgery after she tried to steal the company from me. The kids, Max and Isla, are settled into a new routine with me, and the company's humming along, stronger than ever. I'm overseeing a logistics expansion into Europe now, new contracts, new routes, a fresh start. My boots scuff the carpet as I pace a little, hands in my pockets, taking it all in. The desk is the same one from before, but it feels different now, reclaimed, reorganized, mine again. I stop by the window, looking out at the parking lot below. No moving trucks, no chaos, just steady work. Peace isn't something I've chased much, but it's here, earned through every step of this fight. Max and Isla burst through the door, backpacks slung over their shoulders, laughing about something from school. Dad, you should have seen it. Tommy tripped in gym and took the whole mat down. Isla says, her grin wide. I smile back, leaning against the desk. Sounds like a mess. You two finish your homework. Max nods, dropping his bag by the couch. Yeah, can we stay here a bit? I wave them over. Sure. Just don't touch the maps. They settle in, pulling out a snack and chattering away. I watch them, my chest loosening a little. They've asked about their mom a few times, where she is, why she's gone. I kept it simple. She made some mistakes, and she's away for a while. They nodded, didn't push, and I'm grateful for that. They're tough, like me, and we're figuring this out together. Having them here after school, filling the office with noise, makes it feel alive again. The door swings open again, Julian this time, his heavy steps announcing him before I even look up. Miles, he says, holding up a bottle of aged whiskey. Thought you'd need this. I smirk, taking it from him. What's the occasion? He flops onto the couch, kicking his feet up. You not being a complete idiot for once. Plus, I'm bored, Bo's still off the grid, and I've got no one to chase. I laugh, setting the bottle on the desk. Julian's been my rock through this, digging up dirt, keeping me sane. His sarcasm's sharper than ever, but it's good to have him around. Pour us some, I say, grabbing 2 glasses from a drawer. He does, the amber liquid glinting as we clink them together. To winning, he says. I nod. To earning it. We drink, the burn smooth and warm, and I feel the weight of the last year ease a bit more. My phone buzzes, Naomi. I pick up, leaning back in my chair. Miles, she says, her voice crisp. Got an investment offer, clean energy startup. No strings. You in? I think it over, glancing at the kids. Send me the details, I say. Might be time for something new. She laughs. Always are with you. Talk soon. I hang up, sipping my whiskey. Naomi's been a lifeline too, legal bulldog, steady friend. She's pushed me toward new ventures, but I'm not rushing. Trust is still a work in progress after Celeste. I don't date, not yet. The wound's too fresh, and I'm focused on Max and Isla, on keeping this life solid. I swirl the glass, watching the liquid catch the light. Maybe someday, but not now. I'm learning to listen to my gut again, and it's telling me to wait. I walk to the window again, the kids' voices mixing with Julian's grumbling about some tech glitch. The office used to be filled with deceit, Celeste plotting behind my back, her smirk haunting every corner. Now it's mine, rebuilt from the ashes of her betrayal. I think about that night she handed me the form, her gentle smile a lie, and how I missed it. She thought I'd break, that I'd let her take everything: company, kids, future. She didn't know me, not the real me, the guy who survived ambushes, built this from nothing, and fought back when she swung. The world might never know what happened here, all the moves I made to turn it around. But I do. I lived it. Every late night with Julian, every call with Naomi, every quiet moment planning the counterstrike. I turned back, watching Max and Isla giggle as Julian pretends to lose at arm wrestling. This is what matters now, them, this space, the life we're carving out. The company's growing, Europe's just the start, and I've got the reins tight. Celeste is a memory, locked away, paying for her choices. I don't gloat about it. Don't need to. She fell, and I stood up. That's enough. I finish my whiskey, the glass cool in my hand, and set it down. Julian glances over. You good? He asks, quieter this time. I nod. Yeah, real good. He grins, goes back to the kids. I sit at the desk, pulling up the Europe plans, routes, timelines, numbers. It's work I know, work I love, and it's mine again. The day winds down, the kids yawning as we pack up to head home. Julian tags along, whiskey bottle in hand, promising bad jokes for the ride. I lock the office, the click solid and final, and we pile into the truck. The drive's quiet, the city lights blurring past, and I feel it, peace, not tactical this time, not a strategy, but real. I earned it, step by brutal step, and it's here. Max leans against me, half asleep, Isla humming softly. Julian mutters something about traffic, and I just drive, the road stretching out. Celeste is gone, her shadow faded, and I'm still standing stronger, steadier, whole. This is my peace, and I'm keeping it.